Hello everybody, and thank you for coming for one of my speeches. Today, it's about assisted suicide in the United States for terminally ill patients. Now, God forbid anything were to happen to you, but let's say the worst comes to worst and you're diagnosed with a terminal illness. But at this point, let's say you have no choice on how you get to die. Now, yes, it already feels that way because you already have a terminal illness, but let's say if you wanted to speed up the process and you wanted to maybe make yourself feel better about how you go out, and someone told you that you weren't allowed to do that. Now, how would that make you feel? It'd make you feel pretty awful. Now, the only person that can live your life is you, so why should you not be able to choose how you go out? You have your own hands in your own life. It should be the same way for your death. And just because you're terminally ill does not mean that you have to live like it. You can embrace the little things. You can start living new experiences and do more. Assisted suicide should be open to all people, all terminally ill patients in the United States. And there are statistics that show and prove that people are taking advantage of this luxurious kind of option that many people may not have. There can be many benefits to assisted suicide, and let me tell you why. Now, like I said before, think of all the experiences that you've had. Think of the hundreds of people that you've met, and think of the lifelong memories. Well, why can't death be part of one of them? Many people like to go out with their family, like to be with their close loved ones, but that should also be entirely based on yourself. You should be able to choose how you die, just how you lived. In a CNN News article published on March 26, 2019, Taylor Romaine emphasizes that New Jersey will soon legislate assisted suicide for the terminally ill, and there are currently only 8 states that allow it at this time. Now, the bill requires a second opinion diagnosis, and it's done by either a psychiatrist or a psychologist to determine if the patient has the mental capacity to actually make that decision for themselves. So not only do they have to go through a second round of tests to make sure that they're capable of it, this ensures safety and it ensures that they are, like I said, capable of making this very tough decision. You should be allowed to do with what you want with your own life if it's already ending, and this is a serious circumstance. Now, yes, you are terminally ill. Your life is coming to an end and there may be no cure for what you have. But you can still embrace the good and still live your life how you want. In an article posted by the Washington Post on November 26, 2018, Judith Graham, a terminally ill woman, posted on her blog, "Ice cream and cheese are her favorite foods. Walks in her park near her home, get-togethers with her public affairs discussion group. What I want is my life very close to what it is." She was diagnosed and she was 77 years old. So at any given age, you can still turn your life around and still do what you want to do. And this proves it. Now, people may see this as a good thing, being able to choose how you die, but there will always be many faults and many people may see it as a very downside and negative thing. And of course, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. In a Los Angeles Times news article published on June 27, 2017, Alexandra Cinder, an attorney with the Life Legal Defense Foundation, said, "It's really tragic that doctors are now thinking that the best way that they can do for a patient is to give them a handful of barbiturates and leave them to their own devices." Now, when it was legalized in California, 111 patients decided to go with the assisted suicide route in the first 6 months. A lot of people can see this as unnatural. Doctors aren't doing their job. They're supposed to help, not to kill. They're supposed to be doing other things than just helping someone end their own life. And of course, religion can also play a huge part of it. It can be seen as unnatural, it can be seen as a disgrace. But seen as this is a serious circumstance, it calls for serious circumstances to be called for. Now, a lot of people may go against it, but as I said, this could be seen as a luxury kind of option in many countries. We should be grateful that in the United States, we are able to have this kind of option, even though it is only legal in about 8 of the states right now. Now, there are many data reports that prove that patients are taking advantage of this option. Okay. In Oregon for the year ending in 2016, the percentage of all deaths for that year for the assisted suicide was 0.4. The total prescriptions under the Death with Dignity laws was 204. Out of those 204, 133 actually went through with the full assisted death with the barbiturates and the medical help. That's 65% of those 204. And in Washington in 2016, for the year ending, that number was 77%. And in California, for the period ending from June 9th to December 31st, 2016, for about half of the year, it was 58%. Now, this is more than half in every single one of these categories. People want to have this option because it gives them in control of what they can do with their own life and their own death. And just to prove that it's not people making rash decisions, here for the years in 1998 to 2015 in Oregon, less than the high school education, 5.9%. These people are educated. These people know what they're getting themselves into. And they at least had a high school degree and some college education. And in Washington for the years 2014 to 2016, that was 3.3%. And in California for the period ending in June 9th to December 31st, 2016, that number was 5.4%. Now, since education is known to percolate with income, one could assume that most of these deaths occur among those who are better well off. Now, to conclude, no one can tell you how to live your life. You should be able to do what you want, how you want to do it, and death should be one of those options. It is your life, and death is an experience that will come for us all, and it's also one thing that you should choose how you choose to do it as well. Now, there's still time before you die, even if you are terminally ill. What you do with that time is how you choose and how you want to do with it. And it should be it's an option for a reason. No one's forcing it upon anyone else. No one is putting the medication in your hand and telling you to do it. It is your own right, and you should be able to do it when you may please. Thank you.
The journey is the end.
Your hands and your own life.